If someone can think of a better way to remove these 1x2s than this, yeah, see? This is put down with liquid nails, and I'm trying to undo this. Now, there are people that are into liquid nails, and then there are people that are into countersinking, okay? I'm with the countersinking. You know, that's why when you do a job right, the job is done right. So I've only gotten about a hand's far in a number of hours here, so I figured I have to take apart this much. Maybe I'll get this much by the end of the day. Then there's one, maybe two more per this king size Murphy bed that I'm taking apart. Liquid nails. And when this Murphy bed was active as a king size, it was nothing but a bed of nails to me. So, all right, now I go with the other only tools I have, which is a flathead screwdriver. And maybe I could pry it up, you know, but I figure it'll take me another 6 days to just get these things up, if I'm lucky. And then I have to, after that, put my idea together. And I need 180 hinges to do that. Specifically, preferably, I did it. I just had to go live. I freaking did the one. See, I needed you as my support. So anyway, to finish what I was saying, I need preferably torque hinges. So, and I don't know what kind of pressure the torque hinges needed, but at least the hinges, you know, I'm going to put a bunch of hinges on here, and collectively they have to support between 150 pounds at least. So if anybody has that information, but yay, maybe I needed some company to now I have to do this bottom, you know, this is also wood down here that has to be detached from, so that saved me some time. I got a real hammer, you see? You say get yourself a real hammer. And I have a pry bar here. Now, the reason why I'm not just going at it is because this nail glue will splinter and pick up some of this wood. This is I don't know if it's a laminate, but it's basically this nice piece of wood is not a solid piece of wood. It's a topping. So what's happening is, if you see here, I can't tell if you can see, it's already, because I worked from that side, kind of splintered. Like over here, I'll show you. This is what happened. Can you see that? See, if I go at it too hard, it'll splinter. So I'm kind of like, as I work my way, I used a little screwdriver in two areas just to get under, because it's not as thick as this pry bar. It's already splintering. Yeah, it's gonna splinter, so then I use a little screwdriver to try to keep this area, this little thin piece of wood, this topping down. Ah, came out. I did it. You're at the end of this for me, so unfortunately, yeah, but see how that came up like that, unfortunately. That's a pretty big chunk right there, actually. But because I'm going to be using both this wood, this piece that I just took off, and this bottom wood, this will still be in the interfacing. So it's not going to be showing. It's the other side of this that has to be still good aesthetically. The COVID face shields are coming in handy. I don't want to do this, but I have to. This is just the beginning. Okay, just to finish out what this Murphy bed looks like. This is what it looks like half open, okay? So this is a twin bed, and that's the other twin bed on its side vertically. And I have this in place here, but these are the side areas. Those are the slats. This can pull out. I'm not gonna do it now. And this, I was working with an existing king size Murphy bed, so the reason why that is in half. In the next video, I'll show you how I complete this. And I have this panel off right now. So just to finish off the complete construction and design and how this operates, I'm gonna now show you how I lift this and how this all fits together here. This is about 60 pounds at least. Maybe it's 70 because there are wood panels, as you'll see at the back underneath it. How it works. I usually have to do some squats to get myself to lift this. It's like a bitch and a half, but it's much better than having both. You know, this was a king size Murphy bed, wall mounted Murphy bed, not on the floor. So I had to lift two 60-pound twin mattresses at once with the entire wood paneling on the bottom. It wasn't a kind of king size Murphy that opened with doors. So here we go. I'm gonna lift this now. Quad squat workout for this. Focus on the quads, not the anything else, okay? 1, 2, 3. Use the quads. So this comes up like this. This panel opens up like this. Then I need to align. I put these tiny hinges. This was the only hinges that they had at Home Depot to seal this closed. Now the reason why this bumps up a little bit is because I didn't saw down the panels, the slats that hold. So these are surprisingly doing well. These hinges were very specific, right? And with this design, I had to have the top of this hinge installed on just this half-inch piece to then have the bottom to be able to attach to the bottom. That was like highly thought out, like what I needed, and Home Depot had it. And then I'm not using a nail to a peg that actually closes this up. And then I have these swivel caster wheels here. And now I'll be able to show you a couple of other things. And I have the wood panel on this side off, but I showed you on the other side what it actually looks like. It's just easier to have that off. The 4 caster wheels, 1, 2, 3, 4, and I was able to get removable caster wheels, okay, so that they wouldn't stick out, so I could take that off. Right? How nice is that? I wish they had, you know, black, but they only had orange for the price. I'll do this with one hand. All right. And then these are the hinges, which 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and as I said on the other side, this is my blanket sticking out, whatever, that doesn't matter. And then under here, each slat that I showed you had 2 wheels. So it helped with the balance of the entire thing. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 24 clear, I wish I had the clear for the orange, clear caster wheels under here, which allows for, and now I'll show you how this thing moves. Okay, let me just, this thing is completely movable. So this would come out and then unfold. And then attach, and I put 2 hinges on this side as well, okay? This kind of help. This is, that rests on top of that last slat there, all right? I'm gonna show how this whole thing moves because of all those wheels, which is working out great. So, you know, I could either go on this end to move it or the other end. So I'll just, because I'm on this end, and this whole gigantic thing moves like this. Oh, that's resting on something. Here goes my lucky bandit. So that's all I wanted to show you, that it can move in any way very easily. As you can see, this side, the top does not have the hinges. It's been so long, I forget what they're called. These are hinges. It doesn't have the closures as the other side, okay? Because this entire thing, when it comes down in one piece. So when I want to lower this side of the twin, okay, this entire thing comes down with it. So it's a little bit more involved. And if I needed to push this unit flush back this way, I can, because of all those wheels. So there it goes. I only needed to push it a little bit. So, you know, it's a huge, almost dangerous piece because it's so heavy, but it works for me. I could use this as a countertop, okay? And then I also stain this. As you can see, this wood was blonde, and I put a nice stain on it. And I was thinking of using linseed oil, but I'm glad, because I like the natural thing, but I'm glad I didn't even attempt that, because this has a veneer on it. Even though this is pine, it wouldn't have absorbed the linseed like a wood. So I had to use a, I can't even remember. I had to use, not a shellac. What did I just said the word? I had to use a stain. Thank you very much for hanging in there with me, with my brain. And once again, I did this construction all on my own, by myself. And I have to say, it was like an amalgam of different designs I saw online while looking to create something for myself, to be able to hang on to these 2 enormous organic cotton twin mattresses that are still working pretty well, and to have the feeling of having a twin size bed. Yeah, so these bottom slats over here, when the bed does come down, these bottom slats that move out and in do allow the beds to come together. Okay. Now, of course, there's going to be a little seam, but it's not a big space at all. There's no space. And the mattresses are held up. I should have showed you. Because the mattresses have handles on them, I, in essence, tied rope from the bottom slats through the handles to secure that the mattresses would not fall out of place as they were lifted up, if that makes any sense. But maybe in another video, I'll remember to show that aspect of it. So yes, this is my original design and build, and it works for me. So thanks for watching.